start in the month of December, that thing that you're planning to start in January, that thing that you're planning to start next year, may I suggest that you start it in December? I'm going to give you proof, right? So this is my personal advice based off what's been working in my personal life, right? For the past 3 years, I have started in December, right? I started my YouTube channel on the 29th of December, 2022. That was when I started. Now, I had the goal to enter 2023 as a YouTuber. I wanted to start my YouTube in 2020. But on second thought, I started on the 29th of December. I launched it because it was by the end of November, almost in December, I launched it, right? Now, I am starting my academy, right? And we are launching in December. This is a strategy. I'm doing this because it's something I've watched over time and it works for me. Why start in December? Firstly, in December, there's less competition, there's less pressure. In the month of December, businesses are slowing down, people are checking out for the year. By the time we reach the 10th of December, everyone is like, we are done for the year, we've given it our all, and people just want to rest and holiday and eat and just regain their time, which makes a lot of sense, right? However, for you who is planning to start up something, this is perfect time to start building without pressure. When you start building now, there's no pressure, no competition. Everywhere is free and airy. Like the air generally just feels better, right? Because nobody's pushing. You can have enough space to push, right? You don't have to deal with pressure, right? So that's the first thing I would say. The second reason is that when you start in December, you enter January with momentum, not motivation. I'll explain. By the time everybody is resting and relaxing in the month of December, when it's January, you have to start something. You're about to go back to work, you're about to find a new job, you're about to start a new business, you want to start anything at all, right? And you notice that you're trying to first gain motivation. You're trying to first motivate yourself into starting. And before you know, the month of January is done, and even into the month of February, and it was spent on motivation. However, if you start in December, you can use the month of December to garner that motivation, right? You're motivating yourself. You've opened the channel. You've paid the rent. You've already settled something, and then you're building more motivation. By the time you're entering January, you're entering with momentum. You're hitting the ground running. You're no longer coming to try to start. So while everyone else is trying to motivate themselves, trying to rev themselves up to start, you are already taking off because you already started last month. Okay. So that's another reason why you should start in December. The third thing I'll say is that statistically, right, there's an increased visibility in the month of December. A lot of people are relaxing. And what does relaxation mean for us right now? Our phones. People are on their phones. People are scrolling scrolling past Instagram, scrolling past TikTok. People are looking for trends to join. They just relax. So many people are just relaxed, laid back. And that means that's increased visibility for you. So this is the time to be popping up on people's feeds while they are relaxing. You know, slowly entering into their mind, showing up. Oh, these are my services. This is what I'll do for you in the month of January. This is what I can help you do in the month of January. And slowly they're seeing you, and suddenly they're like, you know what? Let me just book this person down for the month of January because I don't even know if I'd have the strength to do this, right? So that is time to build increased visibility, right? Another thing is that people still speaking of increased visibility, a lot of people are more open to new ideas. People are starting, they're looking for what to do in January. They want a fresh start. So their minds are open. So that is a perfect time for you to reach out to people. You can reach out and say, oh, this is how your business has been doing this year. How about we start this in January? Right? So people are more open to ideas, they are more reflective, they're trying to see what can help them, and you can be the person helping, right? Um, Also decision makers, right? Decision makers have more time. So if you're like me, I'm going to use my niche because that's what I do. In the content writing niche, sometimes you have to send pitches out to people. Um, Decision makers like hiring managers, even the CEO, just people that are in a position to help you, right? So if you send out this messages to them all through the year, they might be busy. These people are really busy. They are barely on their phones except during vacations and all that. They are always busy. But in the month of December, there's a high chance that these people have time. They're with their families, they're chilling, they're feel the peace, kindness. I know the other part of it is that they probably would not want to be with their phones, they want to keep work aside. But on the other hand, there's a high chance that they are also open to ideas. Because let's face it, these people are looking for ways to better their company. They want to add more value to their brand in the next year. So that's a great time for you to reach out and say, oh, hi, this is what I can do for you starting next year. Okay. So you have increased visibility, you can enter the new year with momentum, not motivation. And also, you have less competition and you face less pressure when you start in the month of December. This, like I said, has worked for me over the years, right? I've constantly started in December. Whatever it is I want to do, I always just find a way to start it in December because, for instance, the Right Ride Academy that I am launching in we are officially starting classes in January, but we are launching in December. Right now, this gives students the time to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to make this investment ahead, make it for January, and then I can go ahead and enjoy the rest of my December, knowing that my January is secure, right? So they'll make down the investment, go ahead and enjoy, and then they're back in January and everybody is getting back to work. Okay, so it's just something that I've used that works, like personally works for me a lot. And I'm just thinking, in case you're watching this and you're wondering a new trick, right? You want to learn a new trick for starting, for consistency, then you probably find this help, right? So yes, that's what I wanted to share with you in this video, and I hope that you got value. I hope that if you got to this point, you learned something new. Thank you so much for staying to the end of my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.